Let's have a little chat. So, Discord. Let's talk about that. I'm sure you've heard the news, and if you've seen my video yesterday, then you already know where I stand on this. I'm not giving them my ID. I'm not giving them the face scan. I'm not even going to let them scan my messages. I've already decided I'm going to delete my account within the coming month. To be honest, maybe they did already scan my messages. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change my stance here. And I really wish this was an attitude that more people had, where when they find out that a big company or an individual or whoever is doing something that they don't consent to, that they make a stand against it. I wish more people were vocal about what they want and what they don't want, because that lack of standing up for what you believe in has kind of led us to where we are now. I wish more people would say whether or not they consent to something. Like, for example, if a company changes TOS, like what Discord is about to do, when they're about to implement a policy that, like, say you don't like, I think you should make a fuss about it. You have a right to be upset. You bought into something, they changed something that they knew you weren't going to like, and they expect you to just take it. And by the way, to anyone saying that this is about, oh, protecting the kids, you realize you're being played, right? Think of this. Let me propose you a scenario. All right, let's say that the majority of people, excuse me, still recovering. Let's say the majority of people decide to, as I'm saying, not go through with the face scans or ID scans. Of those people, obviously some of them are unfortunately going to be predators. That is the sad state of Discord right now, that there are a lot of users who are, well, just that. Now let me ask you something. Do you think they're going to stop using Discord just because they got flagged as a team? Do you think predators are going to leave Discord because Discord blocked them from NSFW chats? Do you think they're going to stop doing what they're doing just because they were told to by the billion-dollar company? You really think they're going to stop? You really think that's going to stop them? And the situation we're being put into right now is Discord is flagging essentially anyone who refuses to give up their privacy into these filters. They're essentially saying either give up your privacy or we will take away the service that we have already been providing you for several years. And it wouldn't matter if you've already submitted a credit card or debit card, which in and of itself would prove that you're at least older than what they say you are. Like, if you have a credit card, that is automatically proof you're an adult. Steam got that right. So it's insane to me that they're essentially putting everyone in the same spot. If you refuse to give up your privacy, they're putting you in the same group as these supposed children. And then they're saying that that's for our safety. Now, to most of you watching, I'm sure I don't have to explain this. You probably are already well aware of this. In fact, that might be why you're watching this video, to like try and hear one sane voice out of a sea of morons. I get that. But I'm posing this question to anyone who's still on the fence about this. It also doesn't help that we know Discord is not going to delete IDs. They're not going to delete face scans once they got that. The hack back in October kind of proved that. And I doubt this new vendor they've got will be any different, because literally none of them are. And this brings me to a broader point that I wanted to talk about. Privacy is not completely dead. Not yet. There are still various ways you can take back your privacy. And no, I'm not talking about services like Delete Me or Aura. Honestly, I don't even know how effective services like that could even be, given the state of corporate overreach that we have right now. But there are things you can do to obfuscate your footprint to make it harder for companies to track you. If you watch YouTube, you probably have a browser extension installed called uBlock, so you can skip ads. Guess what? uBlock also protects your privacy, because it essentially means advertisers can't get the information they would need in order to target you with specific ads. There's another ad block that I really like called Ad Nauseam. What that one does is it essentially fake clicks all the ads on your screen and drops it into like its own sort of separated container. So it tricks the advertisers into thinking you clicked all of the ads, even though you didn't. Honestly, I think what Ad Nauseam does is hilarious. And it goes to show that malicious compliance really, really is just such an effective tool sometimes. Oh, you want me to click the ads? You want me to click the ads? Fine. Just fucking fake click all the ads. There, try to parse that. And I fucking love that. And it goes beyond just ads, too. I don't know what the alternative to Discord is going to end up being. I can't really say for sure. Who knows? Maybe everyone's just going to go back to TeamSpeak. There's an app I've been looking into lately that I've been considering, like, fully switching to, called Stoat. It's essentially Discord, but with more privacy focus. There's even alternatives to Twitter and Facebook. Like, I'm mostly on Blue Sky. I have it linked on my YouTube. And Blue Sky, for all of its faults, is a lot more privacy focused. So that is an alternative you could use. And it's not dead either. There's all kinds of communities all over Blue Sky now. Ever since Twitter went on its downturn, Blue Sky has just been ramping up and up. So absolutely seek alternatives. You can find alternatives for pretty much everything that respects your privacy more. You want to edit videos or photos? There's an app called GNU Image Manipulator that's essentially just Photoshop, but it's open source. There's also something, it's not open source, but there is a program that works on Linux called DaVinci Resolve. I've considered getting that at some point for like whenever I get a Steam machine. Hopefully I can like properly edit videos and move off of Share Factory on the PS5. And speaking of Linux, guys, it takes 5 minutes to find the like files for Linux mints on the distributor site, parse that out with something like Rufus, and then reboot your computer in Linux. If you know what you're doing, it takes like 5 minutes. I had help from a friend when I first installed Linux on my computer. And literally after the first couple times of doing it, I've gotten to a point now where if I need to, I could literally go out, buy a computer and install it, and I wouldn't need outside help at that point. Like, I actually do plan on doing something like that at some point. I have a copy of Linux Mint saved on a USB stick, just waiting for in case I ever upgrade one day. Like, guys, it's not hard to switch operating systems. And I'm not saying you have to switch to Linux. I get it. There are some cases where you're not going to be able to switch off of Windows. But for fuck's sake, don't just let Microsoft walk all over you. And that's, again, the broader problem, I think, right now. Is that we're all realizing that by bending the knee to these companies, we have literally just signed, we basically signed away what privacy we had left. And the good thing here is it is very clearly not too late. Like, think of it this way. I've heard from at least a few people now that, oh, they already have all my information. Why should I care? If they already had your information, why would they be so intent on getting it? Like, if they already had it, if what those guys are saying, that, you know, privacy is dead, like, if that was true, why would companies be trying so hard to get rid of it? Privacy is not dead. Not yet. There is still time, but that window's closing fast. Like I said, there are things you can do. Try to move away from platforms and services that erase your privacy. I don't have any smart devices in this house, and that's for damn good reason. I don't have a smart TV. Even if I could afford one, I would never buy a smart fridge or like anything like that. And I have no reason to either. I don't have a reason to buy a smart TV. I can do everything I need to either on my consoles or on my computer. I don't need a smart fridge. I don't need a touch screen to make a shopping list. And you shouldn't either. You should absolutely not be putting up with this. And as for online gaming, the only reason that so many games are not fully playable on Linux, it's not because they won't run on Linux. Games run completely fine on Linux recently. Like, there has been a huge boom in the Linux market thanks to Valve. The problem isn't the games, it's the devs. It's anti-cheats. So not only are you forced to install a kernel-level anti-cheat that's barely even effective at stopping cheaters, because cheaters also work at kernel level, it's the fact that these studios will not let Linux users run their games. Because Linux, for the longest time now, has been such a tiny piece of the market that companies figured that they could just ignore it. Well, with Windows dropping the ball and a bunch of people switching to Linux now, companies in the next year or two are going to have to reckon with Linux. They're going to have to figure this shit out. So yeah, no. Privacy is not dead. It's dying. But it's not too late. There are various things you can do to take it back. So yeah. Sean has already started looking into alternatives to Discord. We're still figuring that out, but we'll get there eventually. As for everything else, keep making a fuss. Don't let them take away the little bits of privacy we have left. You'll let them take an inch, they take a mile. And by the time you notice there's no road left, it's already too late and you're in a ditch. That's it for now. I'm out.